and welcome back to the Elite Takeover Podcast, where today we will be talking about quite a lackluster episode of Raw. Disappointing, seeing as it's the go-home show for Hell in a Cell. But before we get started, first things first, let's introduce us. Hello, I am Aidan, your host for this podcast, and I'm joined by...
Raph. Today I'm Raph.
Raph, the doggo in the corner. Of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, it would be amazing if you give us a subscribe and a like would be perfect. And we are available on, well, we're in the process of being available on all major podcasting apps. So we're available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and this kind of stuff. So if you find us there, listening there, download, subscribe, give us a 5-star review, would be amazing. But that's enough of that stuff. Let's get going on tonight's episode of Raw. So, because honestly nothing that exciting happened, we're just going to go from the top. We're just going to go from the top, nothing particularly special. Mm-hmm. So, we got some new Raw music starting off the show, some generic rap, which wasn't particularly great.
No, I preferred the old one.
Yeah, I preferred the old stuff they had. This wasn't particularly great at all. And really, like, when it's playing over, when the commenters are talking, you just can't hear them because of the rap. There's too much talking going on. Confusing. Start off with Fiend and Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss in the middle of the ring, doing a little sing-songy, "He's here."
Let him in.
Yep. Fiend comes out, and I had deja vu of when the Fiend came out and Vince McMahon was in the ring, and he vanished, which is what he did here as well. And I knew it was going to happen. This was just they wanted to do the Fiend at the beginning of Raw because they don't have they didn't have a big star to put on. Fiend comes out, Retribution turns up, they all surround him. Mustafa, we can call him Mustafa again, which is great. Yay. He has his name back, thank goodness.
Yay.
He puts his hand up, getting ready to go and do the attack. They'll set the hounds on the Fiend and Bliss, who are just standing there, holding hands in the middle of the ring like two scary, scary puppets.
Like a beautiful couple.
Yes, they are such a beautiful, beautiful couple. They're the new Otis and Mandy. The Fiend disappears. He vanishes. Toodaloo, he's gone. And then the Hurt Business come out. The Hurt Business still having their issues, and they have a big 8-man tag. And I only just realised this now. But once the 8-man tag started, I swear Mia Yim just disappeared.
Oh yeah, she did.
She just vanished.
Did. Yeah.
She just wasn't there anymore. She was just gone.
I noticed that.
It was very odd. This wasn't a good night for Retribution. Not at all.
No. Apart from the promo,
it wasn't a bad night for Mustafa Ali. It wasn't good in the slightest. For the rest of Retribution, it was a dreadful night. It was really bad. So we kind of start with a little bit of a brawl. We go to an ad break. We get a quick Matt Riddle promo where he talks about how he's a riddle. He's so hard to understand because he's a riddle. And he's so proud of himself because he's done it all without wearing shoes. Great, I'm so glad.
Sounding very high.
Yes, as he does, because it's Matt Riddle. I'm so glad that he has made a career without shoes. I'm glad that's what he's proud of.
Yeah.
Good. Well done, Matt. Well done, Matt. Try not to get sued. Then we go into... just an illegal note, I'm not saying anything to do with Matt Riddle. I leave that there. I am not saying anything either way, untoward or either. We kind of get back to the match. Lashley just kills everyone. Is basically the long and short of this. Is Lashley's really good and the rest of Hurt Business aren't that good. Lashley,
which is a lie because Cedric's really like him.
I really like Cedric, and there's a good opportunity if there's a good opportunity for him in this group.
Yeah.
But as long as he doesn't just get stuck behind Lashley.
Yeah.
Lashley kills Dijak. I'm going to use their proper names because, he killed T-Bar and then he killed Slapjack.
I can't deal with Slapjack.
Slapjack. T-Bar, Slapjack and Mace in retaliation or whatever Mia Yim's name is. Just jumping forward slightly, with the fact they brought back Mustafa Ali's name, I pray, my fingers are really much crossed that they're going to come up with this thing over the next few weeks where they slowly introduce the members of Retribution as who they actually are. Because fingers crossed. Because part of his promo was like, these guys have all been pushed down and not been given their places, and talking about all these like people having their names taken away from them. Yeah. And obviously I understand the racial element to the fact that, with what he was saying, with the fact that the company felt like they couldn't push someone called Mustafa. I understand that. But hopefully it also means the others will get their names back, because let's be honest, T-Bar and Slapjack are not going to be... Yeah. Okay, honestly, I don't really care about Slapjack or Mace. I just don't really want Dominik Dijakovic to be T-Bar for the rest of his life.
And same with Mia.
Same with Mia. Yeah, Mia as well. I completely forgot about Mia. But yeah, I don't... They deserve more. Dio Madden and Shane Thorne, I don't really think they were ever going to have a big place in the company anyway, to be honest. There was a weird moment where they described Mace, Dio Madden, as being the big man.
Oh, yeah.
But he's in the same ring as Dominik Dijakovic, who is like a head taller than him. It made no sense. But anyway, Dijak and Madden, T-Bar and Mace distract, which allows Ali to get the tag in. Ali is the only person in this match who is vaguely competent for the Retribution side, but it's only because he's in the ring with Cedric Alexander, which also doesn't say that much. It's really sad to see these two in the ring again and it not be good. Because, like, if you think back to, like, the 205 Live days...
Yeah.
And, like, some of those really cool matches that I showed you...
I guess just because they haven't worked with each other for a very long time. Maybe. I don't know.
No, it's because of the fact that they're in this... Because of the characters and because of the fact they're in this match where everyone else is kind of a brawly style and they kind of have to be.
Yeah, true.
They just weren't given the opportunity to go and do what they're good at, which is kind of a shame. Everyone gets choked to the outside. They kind of have a face-off, and then we weirdly get the Fiend on the screen, and then we go to an ad break. And we come back, and guess what? The Fiend's gone. He's not there anymore. I have no idea whether that was a production error or just like a, please come back after the ads. I don't know. Yeah. It was really odd. There was some really, really strange timings on this show.
It's really weird that after the break, we didn't get anything like straight away from the Fiend.
And but looking at the end of the show as well, that ended so abruptly.
Oh my God.
It feels like timing was off. And also Orton's promo, like it felt like McIntyre cut him off like halfway through. It was just weird.
I don't know.
It was weird stuff. I felt like there's some weird stuff going on tonight. Match keeps on going. Lashley kills everyone as he was doing before because he's back in the ring. Spinebuster on one of them, spear on another. Ali is in the ring, but he gets saved by T-Bar, which is kind of a running theme throughout the night, is that T-Bar saves Ali. After, I forgot about this, I just checked my notes. He saves Ali after Ali is in the corner begging for his life for Lashley not to beat him up, which, that makes me stuff for Ali. Looks so great, doesn't it? Dijak comes in and saves him. Bobby gets the Hurt Lock in. The Hurt Business win, making Retribution look like the utter S, to be honest. They looked really bad. I still think that, like, sooner rather than later, Ali's probably going to take that US Championship from Lashley.
That'd be nice.
I kind of think it's going to happen. They need, like, if they want to have any kind of investment in this, I think Ali does need to win that US Championship from Lashley and then just hold it for a while.
Yeah.
But it depends if they care or not. So... End of the match, the Retribution's all like, dang it, I can't believe this. I can't believe this. We got dominated, but we lost. Oh. And then the lights go out, the Fiend appears standing next to Ali on the apron, and then he proceeds to go and destroy everyone in Retribution as well. Sister Abigail on one of them, Uranagi through the table to the other one, and then again, Ali in the middle of the ring with the Fiend. Ali's about to be destroyed when, once again, T-Bar, Dijak, comes in and saves his life and then eats a Sister Abigail and a claw. Claw? What's it called?
Claw.
Mandible claw. For his troubles. So nothing particularly special. And then the Fiend stares down at the Hurt Business and then looks up at the screen to see Alexa Bliss. Like, this feels... I'm happy for the Fiend to be doing something that isn't related to titles. Like, I don't want to see Fiend and McIntyre or anything like that.
No.
It does feel a lot lower card. It feels really lower card.
It's just... I just kept asking myself why. Like, didn't they have, like, someone... Not better, but, like, I don't know, it just didn't feel organic at all.
No, it doesn't. Like, they've had some Twitter back and forth, but not
no.
everyone looks at Twitter. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
And it doesn't particularly make sense to me as to why they're doing this.
Yeah.
I would rather see the Fiends and Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
Because then you can kind of play on... Because Jeff Hardy, similar to Matt Hardy, has so many different personalities and stuff, which you could play on. There's stuff you could do.
Yeah.
I'd first something like that. Or put him with AJ. We haven't seen the Fiend and AJ. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Even though they were on SmackDown together. Like, something different. I don't really want to see the Fiend mixed up in all this.
No.
Because this just feels like it's going to lead to nothing.
It's like a gang brawl, like...
Yeah, it's just gang
the
warfare.
Jets versus...
Yeah, it's West Side Story.
Yeah.
But like, all this is going to end up with is... And also, this is 3 heels. This is 3 heel groups.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Retribution, definitely heels. You could kind of say, technically, if you with like what Mustafa Ali's saying, you could perhaps find some good intent in there a tiny bit.
Yeah, but...
The Hurt Business are acting like faces with them, but then later in the night they're beating up Titus O'Neil for having the gall to come and talk to them, essentially. And then the Fiend...
Even though
complicated.
Yeah, exactly. Because everyone sees him not a face, but like everyone loves him.
He's essentially a tweener.
Yeah.
He's not really a face or a heel, but I just find it complicated. But anyway, let's move on to the next best thing on the show. So AJ Styles comes out with his new best buddy, Jordan. Do you want to give it a go? I don't want to.
Mogbehin.
What Raph says.
I think.
I'm not going to give it a go because I'm probably going to mess it up. But hilariously, AJ comes out and does this promo kind of slagging off Seth Rollins and Jeff Hardy. Lots of like religious imagery stuff, just to slag off what Rollins was doing in the past. But he literally ignores this massive dude standing behind him.
7'6".
7'6".
2 meters 20.
And you don't even say a word as to who this dude is. Why he's there.
It looked real. It was so weird. It didn't look real at all because of how tall he was compared to AJ.
I think... I don't know. We'll see where it goes. But I think it makes AJ look so small.
It does.
It makes AJ look tiny.
Because AJ is not that small at all, I don't think. Ish.
6 foot.
Well, he's smaller than Matt Riddle for sure.
Yeah, Matt Riddle's probably about 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah.
Matt Riddle's quite tall because he was a former MMA dude. I'll have a quick Google on air. AJ Styles height. It's just what everyone wants to do. You could just go and do this yourself. He's I need feet. I'm sorry.
1 meter 80.
He's 5'11", so he's not actually that tall.
Yeah.
He's kind of on the cusp. He's like a medium height man, but he looked tiny. But I was very concerned they were going to start calling him the prodigal son.
Yeah.
Like AJ said in his promo.
Yeah.
And then when the match started, they went like, "Ooh, it's the prodigal son versus the prodigal bro or whatever."
Yeah.
Versus the original bro. And I was like, no, the phenomenal one is a lot better than the prodigal son. Please don't make this. Yeah. So the match starts. The big dude, I'm going to call him the big dude because he's a big ninja. He's the big ninja dude. He won't leave the ring. So the referee's like, "I'm going to disqualify you, AJ, if you don't get this man out of the ring right now." And the dude just grabs the referee's arm and the referee essentially wets himself and has a little like,
please don't. If you don't mind, I would.
I'm just doing my job, please, yes. Sir. Please, sir, can I have some more?
I'm just doing what I'm paid to do.
The dude leaves the ring and then the match gets started. AJ doesn't really get a move off in this beginning section. It's all Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
Until AJ's on the outside. There's the really nice gut wrench suplexes. AJ ends up on the apron and Matt Riddle goes for his running knee thing on the apron. But when he's doing the run, the big dude just takes one step over towards him. Matt Riddle freaks out and then slides on a banana, essentially.
Oh, it was so funny.
Yeah. And we come back, AJ's on top. Riddle managed to get a quick reversal. There was a really cool when Matt Riddle went for the Broton where AJ got his legs up and just bounced Riddle back up. That was really nice. And also where there was a point where Styles went for the Styles Clash earlier on. Riddle essentially rolled himself up AJ and then over the top, and then into a fisherman suplex. It was really nice. They both go up to the top rope, both start punching each other. Riddle takes a bit of an ugly fall, to be honest, to the outside, but most falls to the outside are quite ugly. The big dude turns up, stares at him in the face, closes his fist in dramatic styling. Matt Riddle goes and runs back in the ring straight to Styles Clash for AJ to win. It was quite a good match, to be honest. It was fine.
It was just weird because they were ignoring the man who is 7'6".
Yeah.
They were absolutely ignoring him.
Well, they didn't in the match particularly.
Yeah, not in the match, but it was just the beginning.
Promo was so odd. Yeah, just really that's odd stuff. We'll see where it goes though. It probably won't be too bad. It's just a bit odd. We're going to a McIntyre promo. Charlie Caruso's asking McIntyre about whether his lack of whether his lack of Hell in a Cell knowledge will impact his
performance.
His performance. He's going to have performance anxiety apparently. Drew says, Charlie, give me a second. That was dreadful accent.
That was a very bad accent.
I apologise. That was horrendous. He calls Orton. He tells Charlie to go taste the mic. Calls Orton an evil, sadistic, and entitled man. Everything Randy did was completely calculated to get Drew McIntyre to go into the Hell in the Cell. Says that Orton thrives in this cell because it's a place of evil. And McIntyre says he's not just anyone. There will be no honour, no respect. McIntyre will put Orton through hell. And he's wearing black, so he might be going to a funeral tonight, and says he'll be there later for Orton's promo. We'll come back to this later. McIntyre is always good. I like McIntyre a lot.
Yeah.
He's very good at what he does. Please don't. I really don't want him to lose on Sunday. But
No.
Lana versus Asuka. I genuinely forgot this has happened until just now.
Too.
2 minutes long. 2 minutes long. Lana managing to get a 2 count on Asuka is embarrassing.
Yeah.
Lana managed to essentially knock Asuka out for a 2 count with a kick to the face.
I didn't even notice that. The match was so quick.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. Asuka gets on the Asuka lock and makes she taps out.
Yeah.
She made Lana look better than Lana usually does.
Yes.
In those 2 minutes. Lana didn't really mess up that much. So, yeah, good on her. I don't know what to do with Lana. Just leave her be. Nia and Shayna come in. Nia puts Lana through the table for the 5th time.
Just keep using Lana just to put her through the table because I absolutely love it. I just giggle a bit.
Glad you enjoy it.
It's just so random, but I love it.
Until her contract runs out, every single week she's put through a table.
Yeah.
You know what? There's not really any brand split anyway. Just put her on every single show. Every single show, just put her through a table.
Yeah.
Nia and Shayna were allowed on all the shows because they're the tag champs.
Exactly.
Just give Lana a special badge. But yeah. Shayna goes to attack Asuka. Asuka reverses, stands tall, gets out of there. So that was all for Asuka on this show, which surprised me because I'm like,
yeah.
Okay, what are you doing at Hell in the Cell?
Yeah.
It's on Sunday. That's a big question for most of this is we have a pay-per-view this weekend and so far there's 3 matches confirmed.
Yeah, there wasn't much set up.
The only match that we got set up on this show was Elias and Hardy.
Yeah.
That's only one more match.
Yeah.
Is Lashley not defending? Is Asuka not defending? Are Nia and Shayna not defending? Is no champions defending?
Yeah.
It's really odd. We'll see. We'll get they might just announce some random matches, but it's really odd. But we come back from the break. Nia and Shayna are still there. They kind of bicker about the difference between teamwork and dominance.
Yeah.
It was quite nice. I actually quite liked them. It
was funny.
Yeah, I quite like them together. I look forward to when they kind of explode, but I quite like them together. They call out the women's division and kind of goes, we own Raw and SmackDown. If anyone disagrees, come on out here. First out comes Mandy and Dana.
Nah.
Yay. Your favourite tag team.
It's just Mandy, it's not like she's a good wrestler. She looks better than she did, before she cut her hair and stuff, but there's not much to none of them.
Yeah, Mandy and Dana, neither of them are particularly great.
Not.
Not particularly great. Like, I think Mandy can be good in terms of as a personality. She can be good.
Yeah.
I don't think Dana can. I don't think Dana's got any personality. She's not very good at promos. She can do occasional like big high spots, very occasionally.
Mandy could try and be like a manager or something.
And that's what they did with Otis, and then they kind of just gave up on it for some reason. They should have just kept her with Otis a bit longer, but it was kind of dead in the water. But and then comes Lacey Evans, who is joined by Peyton Royce in this new team. Apparently, the Iconic split up so we can get Peyton Royce and Lacey Evans.
It was a funny tag team.
Yeah, I enjoyed their entrance because essentially Lacey was trying to do her stuff at the same time that Peyton was trying to do her bits from the Iconics.
They just kept like stepping on each other, just being like, "I do my thing, no, I do my thing."
Banging into each other. Like, it's fine. That's just going to lead into a feud. I assume Peyton will be a face. It will be a face coming out of it.
Yeah, I assume so.
And Lacey will continue to be at the heel. And then the Riot Squad, the SmackDown superstars of the Riot Squad, come out. And I know people online were kind of a bit iffy about that, about having more SmackDown people, but the last SmackDown we had on Friday had so many Raw people on it.
Yeah, it did.
Like, at this point, this may as well have SmackDown people on it, and then we have the blank slate. I don't care. And also, it's the tag team division, the women's tag team division. It's a lot more difficult.
Yeah.
So I don't really mind it for that one. Pretty much as soon as the match starts, they all go after Shayna and Nia. Everyone dives out. Lacey tries to do a moonsault, but almost hits her head on the floor.
Freaking hell. Like, her neck was so close to, like, just hitting the neck on the floor. It's scary.
She landed very low.
Yeah.
Then Ruby and Liv did some big splashes, which looked really good.
Cool.
They were standing tall in the ring.
I'm really happy that Liv's gone back into being, like, not rebel, but like instead of just being the cute little face with like the little cute hair and everything, she's gone back to kind of like what Riot Squad is, and it makes me really happy. Yeah,
her like character change didn't really work.
No.
Especially since it was all mixed up with the Lana, Lashley and Rusev stuff.
Yeah, oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah, Lana and Liv's lesbian romance.
Oh god.
Yeah. It was strange. Yeah, so we come back from the ads. Lacey Evans and Peyton are still bickering. Lacey Evans is playing with her handkerchief, and Peyton's getting annoyed that she won't tag in.
Just slaps her
properly. It all breaks down. Everyone does their big finishers, as you would expect. Liv gets in the surprise tag, and Nia tags in with Lacey. The Riot Squad hit a big double team move, gets very close. Could have been the victory. I actually probably think they should have won. I know we've kind of had a lot of Riot Squad with these guys recently, but I think it would have been nice to set up new challengers.
And they deserve it. Like
they're a tag team.
Yeah, they are a real tag team.
They're a tag team, and like sure they don't have to beat Shayna and Nia, but at least it's a pay-per-view match.
Exactly.
And I know that was supposed to be on the last pay-per-view, and they had it on Raw.
Yeah,
but. Like, just give them a stip, give them a stipulation, do something.
Yeah.
At least put the tag team champions on the card, which they probably won't be now. But Shayna breaks it up, puts on the Kirifuda clutch on Ruby, makes Nia tag with Ruby. Yes, she does. There's some other tags I've missed out here. I was thinking about it to get confused with it. That doesn't make sense. But yeah, but anyway, it's Nia and Ruby at the end. Nia hits the Samoan drop, 1, 2, 3. And then I've written here, who is next? What other women's tag teams are there?
Well,
we don't
Lexi and Nikki have
they're not a tag team anymore,
So
there's no Bailey and Sasha. There's no one.
They're all breaking up. I forgot about that.
And like all the other ones are in this match.
Yeah.
The only proper tag team left is Ruby and Liv. Yeah. But they just got pinned. So great. Elias has a band.
Woohoo!
I missed Elias, but this was just Elias advertising his album.
Yeah, but sounding really good.
He sounded good.
I really liked it. I was actually surprised.
Yeah, he's not bad. He's grown a lot as a musician over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish he'd grown more as a wrestler, but he's grown a lot as a musician over the years. I was kind of sad. I wanted like a big old school Elias segment.
Yeah.
Being a complete
in the middle of the ring, just being a douche.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. But there were still some good lines. Like when he was leaving, he said, "Goodbye. I love none of you." Which was great. I love that.
And I think it's the thing, like, of course, now he was advertising his album and everything. It's like, I do understand, but
And I get the fact
and
that
he'll be back
stuff.
and he'll then be doing the silly things he does in the middle of the ring and everything.
Yeah, and also he does need a crowd. I'm not gonna. He does need a crowd instead of piped in WWE 2K Walk with Elias.
Chance.
Yes.
Yes. It's so funny.
Yeah, Elias goes to leave, and the piped in crowd chants are still cheering him on. They're so excited for Elias. Elias comes back and he goes, "Oh, I'll do an encore then. Why not?
I'm so lovely. Of course, I'm gonna do
another
encore.
song." And then there's a random dude who has his back turned who starts shredding on the guitar, doing some big riffs. And then he turns around, and it's very clearly Jeff Hardy. He pulls up his hood, and then he tries to behead Elias with an actual electric guitar,
hitting the mic stand instead of Elias's
he
head.
Properly threw that guitar.
Oh yeah,
he properly went for it. Fair enough, good on you, I guess. It was pretty brutal. Yeah. I'll just do his backstage thing now because it kind of goes with it. Elias is backstage a little bit later. He's upset. He thought that on his comeback people would stop interrupting his music. He should know better by now. He's been here long enough. People will always interrupt his music, and actually, Hardy didn't interrupt his music. Hardy just interrupted him talking. He'd finished his set for the night. He'd finished his set.
True.
He was going to do an encore, but that wasn't in the contract. No. He didn't interrupt his music at all. So Hardy gets challenged by Elias for Hell in a Cell in what is going to be a match, I imagine.
Yeah.
I don't think Elias and Hardy are the right people to be working together.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Like,
I'm not sure to what points are going to work.
No. Hardy is fine. He's
good in those kind of environments of like crazy.
Yeah, but it's not. It's a one-on-one match.
Exactly.
He's more fun
in terms of like Hell in a Cell kind of match. They can like climb stuff and everything. But
whereas his singles matches are pretty blasé these days, and he works well with like someone like AJ's in there with him. It's really good.
Oh yeah,
because obviously AJ can help pull people up, but like Elias is someone who needs someone to kind of lift him up, and I don't think Hardy's that person. We'll see. I may be proved
it's been out for so long. We need to wait and see, I guess.
I may be proved wrong, but that's just my initial thoughts on it. Backstage, we see Take defending Otis against The Miz. They do a really weird thing where John Morrison is just repeating everything The Miz says for no reason.
I think he's been doing that for like a week now. It's really funny on the talk show. On the talk show, he did that.
Fair. The Miz didn't seem happy with him doing it backstage, though. He got upset.
He was upset when he talked before The Miz. That's when he got upset.
Okay, maybe I misunderstood the situation.
No, he got... Because basically, Morrison, brain. Morrison was like repeating everything that The Miz said, but then Taki came with something, and then Morrison came before Miz, and then Miz got upset.
I see, okay.
With him about it. He was like, why are you saying it before me? Or something like that.
Yeah. But long story short, this story is continuing. Taki is going to find a partner here tonight, and we'll come back to that later in the night. We get the Kofi versus Sheamus match, starting off with a quick promo from the New Day and Sheamus. Pretty much standard stuff. Nothing particularly interesting in the promo, to be honest. New Day kind of just recapping what happened with Big E, really, and Sheamus just taunting them for the fact that Big E wasn't there. The biggest thing in this promo was the fact that they said that they were going to spread their seed over all of the WWE.
Yes.
Lovely. Yeah. New Day rocks. It was a really good match. It was a really good match, the Sheamus Kofi match. It was the best match on the card by a mile. Xavier Woods was very funny. I don't know if he was mic'd or whether he was just very close to a mic.
He probably was very close loud to the mic because the mic's up by the...
Yeah, they're doing the mats, but usually it's not... I don't think it's usually that loud. But there was one point where he was singing Free Falling.
Was he actually? I didn't notice that.
When at the very beginning of the match, when Kofi did the two dives, where he did the one dive where he hit Sheamus, and then another dive where Sheamus caught him. When he was doing that, Xavier was on the outside, was going, free. Yeah, he did it both times. Some very funny stuff. Basically, Sheamus kind of beats on Kofi after that point. It's quite a long time of Sheamus getting some heat on Kofi, and then suddenly Xavier Woods looks up to the Thunderdome
and he starts pointing out, and he's like, "Hey, Kofi, he's here."
He's naked. He's got no clothes on.
He's got no clothes on.
He's the only man that's been allowed in the Thunderdome with no clothes. I'm pretty sure that is a ban from the Thunderdome if you are naked in the Thunderdome.
Oh yeah, I would assume so. I mean,
Big E. He was very lucky not to get kicked from the Thunderdome, wasn't he? It was cool. It was nice to see him.
His hand movements, he just kept like moving his hands like a priest or something, just like trying to incentivize, like
trying to excite them and bring them up. But yeah, it was a really good match. There's some really good dodges and offenses. There was one point where Sheamus caught Kofi when he was diving off the top rope, and he caught him in front, and then he spun him around. I thought he was going to go for white noise, but he spun him around and just argued him, slammed him down into the mat.
Yeah,
it was brutal. It was really, really nice.
He did like twice. He did that twice. Yeah. Like obviously different variations, but the kind of like same slamming him onto the mat.
There's another one where Sheamus had the clover leaf on, and then Sheamus pulls him up like he's going to go and just slam him down from the clover leaf. But instead, Kofi manages to turn that into a really cool roll-up.
Yeah.
They work really well together. I'm surprised. They like, apparently it's been 8 years since they've had a match on Raw or something like that. It's ridiculous. Yeah. They've done tag team stuff, but in a singles competition, they're really good together.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, just really good match. Just go and catch this match if you haven't seen it. It's really good. Kofi hits a new move, as Xavier Woods got very excited about.
He's got a new move.
He's got a new move.
New move. He's got a new move.
Essentially, it was like a Russian leg sweep from the top rope onto Sheamus. It wasn't actually a leg sweep, but it was just pulling him down from the top rope, essentially, in that style. In the match sequence, the ending sequence of the match, SOS from Kofi, roll up by Sheamus. Sheamus gets into the white noise, a roll up from Kofi, and then Trouble in Paradise, 1, 2, 3. And Mark Henry was in the crowd as well, because Mark Henry has nothing else to do with his life. Same with Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Then we go backstage and we catch up with Retribution, seeing how they're feeling a bit later in the night. And Mustafa Ali is great.
Yeah.
He's really great. And he deserves.
I really missed him.
Yeah, he deserves a lot more than he gets. And I really hope that this actually works for him.
Yeah.
I really hope it does. And if it doesn't work for him, it's not going to be his fault. It's going to be the company's.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's great. So he's backstage saying about why the Fiend and her business, and the fact that they've made mistakes as he can make chaos, because he was the SmackDown hacker who can do anything from anywhere. And he calls the WWE a corrupt company.
Yeah.
That couldn't make any money from a man named Mustafa. Ooh. But his name's back, so yay.
Yay.
But he did all this because this sick place is infected everyone with greed and corruption, and people's dreams are being let to die, and the people that he's found, the retribution around him, are guys who have had their dreams left to die, and Ali wants to help them, and he's going to stop the truth from being heard, and if you try and get in their way, he's going to shoot you down.
Yeah.
Really good. The only thing that I found really confusing was the fact they all went...
The masks. It was the masks just...
But they were actively like going...
Yeah, no, they were actively like doing a weird... So they could see like the chest going up and down.
Yeah, it's really
But you don't need to do that with the breath. You can do that with your own body.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
It was odd. Yeah, I hope Mustafa gets the United States Championship very soon. Yeah. I think he needs it. I'm
really glad that they finally put like an ending to the hacker story, because obviously we all knew that it was Mustafa. Like, there was no doubt. But it's good to finally have the WWE assume it and be like, yes, it was him.
Yeah.
Move on.
100%.
And they incorporated it pretty well into the story of Retribution.
Yeah, it works really well, because it's all about the truth and the truth being out there and all this kind of stuff. And yeah, I think it's really good. And I hope, fingers crossed, they do something good with it. At least with Ali.
Yeah.
Please. So backstage again. Lots of backstage promos at this section of the night. Titus O'Neil, who great. We haven't seen him for a long time. He doesn't wrestle anymore, really. Titus comes out. Well, he might wrestle on Main Event. I don't know. I don't watch Main Event. He comes out. He congratulates her business, being like, "Yeah, you guys are the best. And you know why I should join your faction? Because I'm also black."
Wow.
But it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
But honestly, that's the reason why. And I know that's coming from me saying this as a white person, but like that. But why does that entire stable have to be based around race? And it's not just me saying this, because it's something that MVP has said in the past about the fact that he didn't want this to be another nation of domination, which you don't really know. But the nation was African Americans. The Rock was the leader, and they were kind of
fair enough
taking over. And he didn't want them. He didn't want that, and it doesn't bother me necessarily, but I just don't understand why. Just because you're black means you have to be affiliated with this stable. That doesn't really work for me in terms of what a modern world is.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't bother me. It only bothers me because of the fact that if you look at how WWE have done stuff, general, is that it's always kind of like this.
Yeah.
You put a white guy with a white guy, you put a black guy with a black guy.
If MVP said about it, is fine to talk about it.
Yeah, he said it a long time ago, but he did say it before. And yeah. But anyway, so in reality, he just wants to join them because of the fact he wears nice suits and he wants to make it worldwide, is what they say. MVP goes, yeah, sure, give me a second. He chats to the dude. He doesn't actually talk to anyone. They don't talk to him. He turns around and pretends like Titus is in and then goes, oh no, actually, we are the Hurt Business. And then he attacks him.
Yeah.
It's fine.
That's it.
Yeah. I'll leave my points alone in case I'm being too controversial for anyone. So we get in the ring. Almost to the end of the show now. We're almost there. The Miz cuts a promo on Tucky. Tucky comes out with his partner, El Gran Gordo.
El Gran Gordo.
Yes.
The big fat. That's the translation.
And Tucky tells everyone that this man, El Gran Gordo, will be the next Rey Mysterio, and I believe it, damn it. This man will be the champion by WrestleMania. God
si, señor Tucky. Si, señor Tucker. Si, señor Tucker. Like with a very American accent.
I found it quite... There's the funny line where The Miz said that he looked like he'd eaten all of Lucha House Party, which I found quite funny. Yes. I'll be honest, I don't like Otis in the slightest, but I thought this was
love him.
I thought this was very funny. I'm
just really glad that obviously his name of the character he was today, obviously focuses on him being big, but the character itself wasn't just wearing crop tops and stuff and just showing his belly. At least he was just being a funny guy, and it was actually really funny and really entertaining. Yeah,
it wasn't as much a joke about his weight. It still was, but less of it. Yes and no, it was slightly better.
Yeah.
The thing that was really great about this was The Miz cut a really great promo. The Miz is still a great promo after all these years. Essentially being upset about the fact that he does all this stuff for the company and he still gets booed, and the only reason people cheer Otis is because he's an underdog. But the only reason they call you an underdog is because they're feeling sorry for you.
Yeah.
Saying the Miz has separated Otis from everyone else in his life, and the Miz will separate Otis from that Money in the Bank briefcase when they eventually go to court, instead of having a match at Hell in a Cell where there's, no matches. Well, there's 3. Okay, 4 now. And then the last line in this promo, he says that a pig wearing a mask is still a pig. And then they attack. We go to the advert break. The Miz and Morrison work over Ducky, as I've written here. Tucky. Otis gets the hot tag. The Miz is about to win when absolute nonsense happens. I don't know why this was stupid.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
They should have just given Miz the win. To be honest, just give Miz the win. It would have made so much more sense. I get you wanted the happy moment, but just give Miz the win. Honestly, at least try and build this storyline slightly, make it a slightly bit more interesting. But R-Truth runs through with his 24/7 championship, just runs through the ring like he does. And then
just out of nowhere. It was just
just completely out of nowhere. Miz was literally set up for the skull-crushing finale. R-Truth goes to the ring, Miz just kind of stares at him, loses track of what's going on. Otis takes advantage, Caterpillar fades a bomb for the win. The only thing that was funny was when Lindsay and Grand Metalik ran past, and then they kind of double took and went, "Oh,
El Gran Gordo.
El Gran Gordo. I know you. That was quite funny. But from that, it was rubbish.
Si, Senor Taki.
Yeah, it was silly. Backstage, Heavy Machinery and the New Day are partying. Mandy comes in and gives El Gran Gordo some ham. And now everyone is going to be sending this video over to Otis, and Otis is going to cry in his sleep as Mandy has cheated on him with another man.
What?
She cheated on him with El Gran Gordo. It's not Otis.
Yeah,
it's not Otis. Don't be silly. It's not Otis. Firefly Funhouse. Pretty simple Firefly Funhouse. Nothing particularly exciting happening.
It was cute.
It was like a return to like older style Firefly Funhouses, where he wasn't actually targeting anyone.
Cute and creepy at the same time.
He has a big box in the middle, very Mary Poppins-esque. Pulls out his hammer from the box, and the sheep mask, and something else which I didn't know what it was. If you do know, let me know down in the comments, because I wasn't sure what it was in the slightest. I didn't get the reference. So he's excited to make some new friends on Raw. He goes, but they do a little flashbacky thing showing the Hurt Business and Retribution and the Fiend, and he's like, "Oh, it looks like we've already made quite a few friends." It's like, okay. He has a chat with Rambling Rabbit.
Aww.
Rambling Rabbit says about how he is a father and a husband.
And Bray was like, "What?
What? Character development a year in?" And he was like, "Yeah, you never asked, Bray."
Aww.
And Bray says he's sorry and he's going to be a better friend. He shows all the depths of Rambling Rabbit after that. And then he goes, "The past is in our heads, the future is in our hands." Grabs his little hand. And then what's he called?
Isn't it I forgot his name.
I forgot his name.
Crow.
The Crow, the Vulture.
Yes.
I've forgotten his name, that's so bad. But anyway, the Vulture, the Raptor, the Vulture, then kills Rambling Rabbit. And Bray Wyatt makes a joke about fresh meat, because it is fresh meat. Alexa knocks on the door. He opens it up. There's Alexa Bliss in her lovely new Firefly Funhouse costume.
She debuted so
her regular Fiend costume earlier in the night, and now she has her little Firefly Funhouse costume. So it's great. It's a lot of fun, this. It's a lot of fun.
She looks like a free, how do you call it? Like the, like plate material dolls. Like the porcelain dolls. I don't know how you call them, but yeah, like the dolls. They like if you drop them on the floor, they're gonna smash.
Oh yeah, porcelain dolls.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And like just the way she acts and everything. And I always found them so creepy when I was young. I used to have a few of them in my bedroom, and I just cried myself to sleep sometimes if I thought about them. So yeah, I think she looks really good.
Honestly, can we just like keep the Fiend and Bray just in Funhouse for the next few weeks? Like, just do some segments with Bray and Alexa in the Funhouse for the next few weeks.
Funhouse, yeah.
Just keep them away from the rest of them, and then I know Survivor Series is next month, and then just go into the Survivor Series feud, wherever that'll be. And then we got to our main event match of the night. It was the Choo Choo Train taking on Mr. I'm Not Limitless Anymore. This match was not good, to be honest, and that's not their fault. It was really quick. Like I guess maybe this is going to be at the pay-per-view,
maybe,
or they're just going to rematch it again next week on Raw. I don't know.
This felt so rushed.
It was really rushed, and it was also kind of just to give Strowman his win back after he lost to Reigns, like because he couldn't lose twice in a row. And it's kind of good they didn't do another count out or double DQ finish or whatever, because Keith Lee's had a lot of them. Strowman outpowers Lee early on, kind of just kills him straight away. He gets him up for the running power slam, is about to win, but because of the damage from Roman Reigns, his sides give up and he can't hold Lee up anymore. Lee essentially goes to do the same thing. He's at the point where he's trying to do the Spirit Bomb, but because of the injuries from last week's Raw, he's feeling a bit too tired. He can't lift Strowman up. Strowman then just headbutts him in the balls. Keith Lee is in quite a bit of pain, and Strowman wins with a big boot, of all things. Post-match, Lee gets up and kicks him in the balls. And he tells Strowman that he tangled with the wrong man. Or maybe he said the wrong dragon. I couldn't necessarily understand what he said. I thought he was talking about dragons and monsters, and I thought he was calling himself a dragon. But yeah, this was...
it was too very
nothing.
quick.
Just give them a big Extreme Rules match.
Yeah.
Let Strowman go back to pushing over trucks and all this nonsense.
Yeah.
That's the only time he's really been good.
Just let them go backstage and do their thing. And...
Yeah, just do a big backstage brawl.
Yeah.
Be fun. The finale of the show.
Yeah.
Orton comes out to the ring doing his Hell in the Cell promo, his come and buy the pay-per-view please promo. The cell comes down, Orton gets in, locks it up, and then gets in the middle of the ring and talks about his past experiences in the ring, points out where he's had matches with everyone else on this mat.
Yeah.
And saying the one he remembers the most is when he's done with The Undertaker and earning Taker's respect. Goes on about legends, because he's the legend killer, and saying the word legend is used too much, and starts talking about McIntyre versus Lesnar, where it feels like Orton's still fastly in the middle of his promo, and McIntyre's music hits. It's like, okay, interesting. It really felt like he still had much more to go, to be honest. But McIntyre came out, goes down, they get face to face at the cage door. Orton's locked the door already, so Drew can't get in. But Drew's a clever boy. He knows what's going on. He's hidden some bolt cutters.
I'm a clever boy. No, that was even worse.
That was even worse. Yeah, that was dreadful. McIntyre breaks the chain, gets in the ring. Randy's got a chair in the ring. It's all about to get really intense, and then it ends.
Yeah,
the show just goes off air. I don't know whether
did they
it's
even
rushed.
have like the credits on the right hand side?
Yes, they did. They did. That's how I knew it was all going to go to pieces, because I saw that and I was like, oh.
I just suddenly looked up and there was just the USA logo on the corner left, and I was like, what? Oh, it's gone. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a really weird ending, really odd ending. I don't really. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened there. Whether they just wanted to save everything for Hell in the Cell, whether that was a choice. I think it's a very weird choice.
I think it was just because obviously it started with issues since the beginning of the show.
Yeah, there was quite a few technical things.
So I assumed that they probably either started later than they were supposed to, and then everything got pushed back, or maybe the brawl between Retribution and the other guys just got a bit too long.
I don't know, but something clearly went wrong, because it was very odd. But it also leaves us without a person standing tall. So who knows who's going to win a Hell in the Cell? Exactly. The math is not there. But yeah, overall this show was
weird.
Yeah, nothing special.
Yeah.
Really not a special show, and it doesn't feel like we have a pay-per-view on Sunday. And I have no idea what matches were going. Yeah, it wasn't a season premiere. It wasn't anything special.
SmackDown was.
Yeah, SmackDown was a lot better show.
Yeah.
On Friday, that was a lot better. Yeah, this just nothing. And we have 4 matches for Hell in the Cell, and that's it. It was long.
It felt very long.
But 4 matches for Hell in the Cell and the pay-per-views on Sunday. What on earth are we seeing on Sunday?
Who knows?
Who knows? Well, that is it for today's episode from the Elite Takeover. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure to subscribe to the podcast, download, give us a 5-star review, all the things. It would be amazing. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll be back on Wednesday for AEW Dynamite. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.